Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Commentary Hub's coverage of the FA Cup semi-final between Coventry City and Manchester United. I'm your alternative commentator, Nicholas Jones, and alongside me is Paul James. Paul, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Nick. Looking forward to this game today. Coventry City reaching their best performance in the semi-finals and their best performance in the competition since winning it in 1987. Interesting game.
It certainly should be an interesting game. In 1987, they beat Leeds United in the semis on that occasion, and should they win, they'll be the first club outside of the Premier League to reach the final since Cardiff City in 2008. Since their win over Wolves in the quarter-finals, however, they have only won 2 out of their last 5 matches and are now 8th in the Championship, outside of the playoff places. And if there are any hopes of promotion, they are now all but gone. Coventry's manager Mark Robins actually won the cup with Manchester United in 1990, so he should know how the Manchester United setup works. Coventry do have a notable player missing. Casey Palmer has been banned after encroaching the pitch in the last round, and that could be damaging to Coventry's FA Cup hopes. However, Callum O'Hare has taken his place, himself an excellent goal scorer. As for injuries, only Jamie Allen and Tatsuhiro Sakamoto are injured. So this will only be a slight dent to Coventry's hopes, whilst they have other issues to be concerned about. As for Manchester United, they haven't fared too well since the last round either. They've had no wins in their last 4 league matches, 3 draws and 1 loss, and they've dropped down the league to 7th, just 10 points shy of a place in Europe for next season. And if that wasn't enough, they have also been hit with injury crisis, particularly in defence. But before we go into that, I am now going to take you through the lineups, starting with Coventry City. In goal is number 40, Brad Collins. Number 22, Joel Latibaldiere. Number 4, Bobby Thomas. Number 15, Liam Kitching. Number 21, Jake Bidwell. Number 28, Josh Eccles. Number 14, Ben Sheaf. Number 10, Callum O'Hare. Number 27, Mikel van Uyik. Number 9, Ellis Sims. And number 11, Haji Wright for Manchester United. In goal is number 24, Andre Onana. Number 5, Harry Maguire. Number 8, the captain, Bruno Fernandes. Number 10, Marcus Rashford. Number 11, Rasmus Højlund. Number 17, Alejandro Garnacho. Number 18, Casemiro. Number 20, Diogo Dalot. Number 29, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Number 37, Kobbie Mainoo. And number 39, Scott McTominay. Paul, with Manchester United being hit by injuries in recent times, do you think that the injury crisis will have affected their confidence in performance?
Well, I think their performances this season have been very, very short of what Manchester United fans would expect. Obviously, there's been pressure on Erik ten Hag. There's been rumours about his job. But I think you have to look at these injuries and say that this is a very big dent in Manchester United's overall plans for the season, and losing this many players. If you look at this squad today, you've got Casemiro having to play centre-back. You've got reserves all over the place, and the subs bench should be at school. It's at this point, for Manchester United, it is very difficult, and it's going to be a challenging game today. They're going to get a hard game from Coventry. This is not going to be straightforward. I think a lot of people think maybe, it's Manchester United, it's Coventry, it should be easy for Manchester United. No, there's no easy games, and not when you have a squad so littered with injury right now.
Yes, indeed, and I think this game is going to be very, very close between these two. Other people might say differently, but that's just me. On one half, we have on one half, decks in blue, a lot of Coventry City fans, and they're waving the flags, they're singing the songs, and they're holding up, and one of them holding up a foil replica of the FA Cup, which they won all the way back in 1987. It's great to see a lot of Coventry supporters having made their way down from Warwickshire to the stadium, but there's a lot of Manchester United supporters all gathered at Wembley Stadium. The players about to come out onto the pitch. And we are now just a few minutes away from what could well be a very memorable FA Cup semi-final indeed. Should Manchester United win, they will be in the final for the 22nd time, surpassing Arsenal's record of 21, which is a record they hold themselves. So, and as for both Manchester United and Coventry, this will be the 84th time that they will have faced each other. The first time they did was in 1912. Also in the FA Cup, Manchester United beat Coventry 5-1. So Bruno Fernandes and Ben Sheaf getting ready to lead the players out of the tunnel. Coventry wearing their all blue and white shirts. Hence why they are known as the Skies. Hence they're known as the Sky Blues. And Manchester United wearing the red shirts, the black socks and black shorts. And out onto the pitch they come. I must say it is a lovely day at Wembley Stadium, and the fans are waving the flags, throwing the balloons up in the air, just showing appreciation and adulation and affection for their clubs. And Marcus Rashford, I think it was, doing one or two of his final day match, doing one or two of his final match preparations. Harry Maguire waving to the Manchester United audience, and whoever wins will face Manchester City, who beat Chelsea in the other semi-final yesterday. Paul, you covered that match yesterday. What will it take to beat Manchester City in the FA Cup final?
Well, Manchester City weren't at their best yesterday, but Chelsea didn't take the chances. They had a lot of chances, and it was largely down as well due to Stefan Ortega's performance in goal. But Manchester City at their best, I don't think either of these teams are capable of turning over Manchester City when they're at their best. And if I'm being honest, what you need with Manchester City is to catch them on an off day and for you to be at your best. And that's the only way that you're going to beat Manchester City.
Coventry will be hoping that Manchester United has an off day. But as Paul alluded to earlier, it is the cup. Anything can happen, whilst we touched on Manchester United's injuries not too long ago, Scott McTominay and the substitute Anthony have recovered from their injuries, but only McTominay starts with Anthony on the subs bench. We'll let you know the formations very shortly. We're just waiting for them to appear in front of us now, and the Coventry fans still buzzing with excitement. And out comes Erik ten Hag, shakes the hand of Mark Robins. As Paul mentioned earlier, there's been a lot of speculation about his future. Mark Robins likely to stay at Coventry long term. Good to see that they have respect for each other. Coventry, they are playing in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Collins in goal, Bidwell, Kitching, Thomas and Latty Baudier in defence. Eccles and Sheath are the centre midfielders. Wright, O'Hare and Van Uyek up front, with Sims, the lone striker. Ellis Sims has been a great goal scorer. But as for Manchester United, it's a similar formation with Onana in goal, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Casemiro and Darlow in defence, McTominay and Mainu centre midfielders, the forward midfielders Rashford, Fernandes and Garnacho with I couldn't get the lone striker. So if Paul or anyone did manage to get him, then please let me know, as it'll be Manchester United that will kick us off. And before we go on, our match officials are Robert Jones, the referee, with assistants Ian Hussin and Neil Davis. I'll let you know the rest of the match officials momentarily, but we are underway at Wembley for the FA Cup semi-final between Coventry and Manchester United. And it looks as though the ball has been played straight early on into Manchester United's goal area. A bit of passing around so far. And I think the ball was just recently with Casemiro. Casemiro with the ball needs to pass very quickly. Coventry caught out early on, I think, but Andre Onana with the ball passes down wing to Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but the ball was I think deflected away by Coventry. I think Rashford might have gotten a foot to it. The ball now being played forward to Marcus Rashford, but he's under pressure from Van Uyek. Van Uyek did well to, I think, cut him out. But one minute in, and nothing really eventful has happened so far, Paul.
No, that's right. It's nothing really surprising, though, to be honest with you, Nick. I think what you'll find is both teams are going to feel each other out early on. I don't expect too much action happening early on in this game.
Yes, it looks as though Manchester United are trying to catch Coventry napping, but Coventry appears to be learning their moves. The ball kicks out of goal by Collins, and it's now currently with Liam Kitching. Although that was good deflection by Garnacho. Throw in to the Sky Blues though. And Coventry get ready to take the throw. The ball now goes to Ben Sheath. Ben Sheath trying to play it forward to Haji Wright, I think it was, or was it Sims? But given away to Manchester United. It's now currently with Wan-Bissaka. It's Wan-Bissaka for Manchester United. Now Mainu. Back to Wan-Bissaka. Rashford. Now Wan-Bissaka again. It's now again with Mainu. Kobe Mainu. Almost attacked by Coventry, but it's Mainu with the ball. He's still holding on to it. Has to pass to Fernandes. Fernandes up the wing to I think that might have been Garnacho, but Coventry doing really well to hold them off. And it's now back with the Sky Blues, and a foul by Rasmus Højlund, and that was on the captain's sheath. No complaints between the two of them, and so play quickly resumes. Paul, who was at fault?
Well, I think it's difficult to say really. Yes, the tackle was perhaps a little late, so I think the free kick is probably the right decision.
Free kick already taken, but after 3 minutes, it's still Coventry 0, Man United 0. Throw in to Coventry to be taken by Mikel Van Uyek. Van Uyek gets ready to Van Uyek, looking for the best position to throw the ball. He raises his arm to signal that he is ready. He throws the ball into the 18-yard box. Dealt with by Manchester United. No! Coventry back on the attack, but defended by Manchester United. Good Good defensive work by the Red Devils, but Coventry, despite their position in the Championship, are not intimidated. As Onana rolls the ball out, it's now with Maguire. Harry Maguire passes to I couldn't see who it was. Now it's with Marcus Rashford. Rashford up the field to Rasmus Højlund. He knew what he was doing. And Højlund has to pass back to Rashford. And it's Marcus Rashford into the 18-yard box. Passes to Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes up the wing to Diogo Dalot. It's Dalot to Garnacho. Garnacho now was aiming for Højlund, but deflected away by Coventry City. Good defending by the Championship club.
Yeah, they defended very, very well there, getting the ball away. They're gonna find themselves under pressure a little bit as time goes on. But what they're doing at the moment, Coventry, is they're just standing off Manchester United a little bit, and hopefully they'll be able to, for their perspective, not be caught out like that, and they'll be able to defend very, very well.
Hold it, Paul. Corner to Manchester United, but defended by Coventry. And after 5 minutes, it's still Coventry 0, Manchester United 0. You were saying?
Yeah, I just about finished my point, actually.
Does he say that again? And Garnacho is fouled inside the penalty area. Sorry, Paul, but it's going on so fast.
Oh, no, it's okay. I'm not sure he was fouled there, to be honest. Coventry caught out at the back, but I'm not sure he was fouled there. I think
you were right. He slipped up. He slipped up himself. Yeah. It was all his own doing. But Manchester United still trying to keep Coventry up. Still trying to keep Coventry under pressure as Liam Kitching passes up the wing, and now Coventry looks like they're going to make a fight of it, but just snaffled by Andre Onana. It's Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes to Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka back towards Fernandes. Fernandes again to Wan-Bissaka. Rashford. Wan-Bissaka. Now back to Rashford. Rashford crosses into the 18-yard box, but Rasmus Højlund wasn't anywhere near it.
Well, it's interesting early on, isn't it? Both clubs now trying to open up the other. We're seeing a fast-moving game at the moment.
Yes, indeed we are, and the Coventry fans still enjoying this almost as much as we are. And it's now back with Mikel van Ooyek. Ooyek passes to Sheaf. Now back towards Van Ooyek. Coventry still doing really well to hold off Manchester United after all this time. But now it's back with Coventry as Van Ooyek passes to Sheaf, I think it was. Now back to Van Ooyek, but Van Ooyek clipped from behind by Wan-Bissaka, and I did not see anything wrong with that, Paul.
No, nothing wrong with that at all. It's just about the challenge comes in. It's might be a little mistimed, but there wasn't any connection with the player before the ball was connected to.
Corner to Coventry to be taken by Jake Bidwell, the defender, and Bidwell steps back, and he gets ready. He runs up, kicks the ball into the 18-yard box. This looked to me like the chance for Coventry to open the scoring, but against the side like Manchester United like that, in your dreams, Mark Robbins looking on ahead, trying to assess what's going on, although he doesn't want the sun getting in his eyes, understandably, we can now resume play as it's Bruno Fernandes, but gives the ball away to Coventry through Callum O'Hare. It's O'Hare with the ball, and O'Hare now passing to one of his teammates. It's back to O'Hare. O'Hare up towards, I couldn't see it was. It might have been Sheaf, but tackled by Manchester United. The ref says play on. As a player was almost fouled. It's Rashford for the Red Devils. Thinks about who to pass it to. Now Maguire. Maguire receives it again from Mainu. Maguire to Casemiro. So it's Casemiro. Down the wing to Maguire. And Maguire now looking for the best option, trying to outbox Coventry. But the ball goes up to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. It's Bissaka. It's Wan-Bissaka in the 18-yard box. Now back towards Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford inside the 18-yard box. Looks for someone to cross it to, but again defended by Coventry. It's Maguire with the header, but given away to Coventry. It's Ellis Sims. Ellis Sims passes to, I think that might have been O'Hare, or was it Sheaf? No, in fact it was Sheaf, as Hoyland fouled by one of the Coventry players, yet the referee saying play on, and it's Kobe Mainu, and I can now reveal that it was Lati Baudier that fouled Hoyland as Casemiro. Casemiro still with the ball. He passes to Fernandez. Now back to Casemiro. It's Harry Maguire to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Now back towards Maguire. Maguire looking for the chance. It's Rashford to Wan-Bissaka. Back to Rashford. Rashford has to hold off Sims. Now it's Kobe Mainu. Harry Maguire. Maguire now to Rashford. Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka passing to Fernandez, but I think he was briefly halted by Coventry. Scott McTominay now for Manchester United, but held firm by Coventry. Coventry just aren't giving up in defence, and I have to say, Paul, both sides appear to be very strong in defence throughout this match so far.
Yeah, Coventry are going to do that. They're going to line up a wall pretty much on the edge of the 18-yard box. And they're very strong defensively at Coventry at the best of times, but they're going to have to be at their very best against Manchester United when you've got a front line like Rashford, Fernandez, and Garnacho running at you.
Well, they're certainly showing that they're made of stronger stuff as Rashford makes his way into the 18-yard box. Tries to get around the Coventry defensive wall, but can't. And it's Bruno Fernandez's turn, but cleared away by Coventry. And now it goes to, I couldn't see who it was. I think that might have been Haji Wright. Yes, indeed it was Haji Wright, the United States international. Onana passing the ball out to Casemiro. Casemiro now to Scott McTominay. McTominay. Now into McTominay. He crosses the centre line, but almost cut out by Coventry, but he did well to pass to Harry Maguire. After almost 12 and a half minutes, it still remains Coventry 0, Man United 0. Maguire over the centre line. He passes to Casemiro. Now back towards Maguire. Harry Maguire looking for someone to pass down the wing to. He does to Wan-Bissaka. Rashford. Now back to the captain, Fernandez. Fernandez passes to Rashford. Now back to Fernandez. Fernandez to Wan-Bissaka. Harry Maguire. Marcus Rashford. And Marcus Rashford now passes to Fernandez. Cut out by Bobby Thomas. And that could give Coventry the break they need. It's O'Hare with the ball. He passes to Ellis Sims, and Sims brought down by Maguire, but play still goes on. And it's Kobe Mainu to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Scott McTominay now with the ball for Manchester United. Coventry are playing from left to right. Manchester United from right to left. And Manchester United with the cross to Marcus Rashford. Rashford given away to Coventry. And now it's Ellis Sims with the ball once again. Or is it Van Ooyek? No, it is Van Ooyek. Van Ooyek to Ellis Sims. Sims just about gets hold of it towards right. Right. Pressurised by Garnacho. But Coventry go for another try, but Latibodier, I think, clipped a Manchester United player, and as a result, it's a foul, and that was a barge in the chest towards Højlund.
Excuse me. Yeah. I've seen a few of these that the referee has let go, some of which I think he's just played advantage, but there's been a few challenges gone in today that have been quite questionable so far.
Yes, we're gonna have to keep an eye on the referee's motives and behaviour. And whilst I've still got the time, I can mention that the fourth official is Thomas Bramall, and the reserve assistant referee is Steve Meredith. On VAR, we have Peter Banks with Michael Salisbury in support, and Nick Greenhalgh, the assistant VAR. So the ball is now with Bruno Fernandes. After 15 minutes, it's still Coventry 0, Man United 0. And ball now with Fernandes to Wan-Bissaka. Now Rashford. Marcus Rashford just outside the 18-yard box. The cross is to, I think that might have been Mainu, or was it? Yes, it was Mainu. No, it wasn't. It was Garnacho. So Fernandes to Mainu. Bobby Mainu. Now Rashford. Rashford back towards Bruno Fernandes. Yes, indeed it is. Bruno Fernandes. So Fernandes to Maguire. It's Maguire. Now to Casemiro. Now Kobbie Mainu. Mainu. Back towards Wan-Bissaka. Rashford. So Rashford passing to Mainu. Maguire. McTominay. Now Bruno Fernandes. Back towards Maguire. And Maguire crossing towards Rashford, but Rashford was nowhere near it. He's been very prolific up front, has Marcus Rashford, throughout this game.
He's quick and he's very good on the ball. He's had a bit of a questionable season this season by his capabilities, but you just can't rule him out. His performance against Liverpool in the quarter-final, for example.
Yes, indeed, and now it's with Fernandes, although he's given the ball away to Coventry and Bidwell, but the ball ends up almost in the face of Diogo Dalot. Throw into Manchester United, I must say, as it's Fernandes to Maguire. Now Wan-Bissaka. Still 0-0. Still 0-0. Very difficult to choose between the two of them. As it's Harry Maguire now for the Red Devils. Passes down the wing to Wan-Bissaka. Now the ball is with Fernandes. Fernandes to Højlund. Now McTominay back towards Højlund. Now Garnacho. Garnacho to Casemiro. And Casemiro passing down the wing to Harry Maguire. And Maguire crossing to Rashford. And it's Marcus Rashford to Bruno Fernandes. Kobbie Mainu back towards Fernandes. And Fernandes was aiming for Højlund, but cut away by Coventry. Cleared out of goal by Brad Collins. And the ball goes as far as Diogo Dalot. So we are still in play. It's Casemiro crossing towards Marcus Rashford. Rashford in front of goal, saved at the last moment by Brad Collins. That I think is the closest that anybody has come to scoring throughout this game. Rashford was on a roll, but but Brad Collins saw what he was doing and just saved without any hesitation.
Yeah, it was a super save, wasn't it? Got down there, made the save. It's important, I think, for Coventry that they don't fall behind. I think in this game it's very important that Coventry, if we're gonna see Coventry create anything from this game or have a chance of getting a shot, I think they need to score the first goal.
Yes, it looks like they certainly do. And after 19 minutes, it's still Coventry 0, Manchester United 0. It's Onana to Maguire. Harry Maguire with the ball. Needs to look. Passes quickly to Fernandez. Casemiro. Now it's towards Kobe Mainu. Mainu to Rasmus Højlund, but defended really well by Coventry. And that was Latibeaudiere. Latibeaudiere to Jake Bidwell. Now it's Latibeaudiere again. Tackled by Manchester United. Now the ball has gone to Marcus Rashford. It's Rashford to Fernandez, but defended by Coventry. Now it's Rasmus Højlund with the ball. Højlund looked like he was going to make a shot of it, but Coventry again were able to deflect that one away.
Well, again, scrambling defence by Coventry as Manchester United are starting to put pressure now on this Coventry defence.
Yep, they certainly are. And now it's a corner to Manchester United. A young fan looks on nervously as it's Fernandez to take the corner and caught by Garnacho, but it blazes over the crossbar. No way was that going in.
He just didn't catch it right. He hit it first time. I think he had more time than he realised, and he put his foot through it, and he just didn't catch it properly, and it went wide.
Yes, too wide. Shouldn't have reacted so quickly. Goal kick to Coventry. Collins passes the ball out to Mikael van Ooyek. So it's Van Ooyek to Ellis Sims. And Ellis Sims now has the ball for Coventry. Sims trying to hold off Wan-Bissaka. He's doing a good job of it so far. But he concedes and has to pass the ball around to Ben Sheaf. And it's Sheaf now to Latibeaudiere. Now Bobby Thomas. And Thomas now towards Haji Wright. And Wright passes. And Wright now passing up the wing. And the ball was aimed for Callum O'Hare. Headed away by Scott McTominay. And it's now with Sheaf. But given to Garnacho. Garnacho for Manchester United. Sheaf tries to get to it. But Ketching fouls him. And Alejandro Garnacho in some kind of pain. That looked like a nasty blow to the side, and really Liam Kitching, he didn't have to do that.
No, it's a late challenge. I just want to address a comment by James Summersgill. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm not feeling too good today, James, to be honest. But I put my name down for this game, so I thought I'd better do it.
Yeah, kind of like me at one point during the World Cup when I was doing Brazil against Cameroon and I wasn't feeling my best. Anyway, back to this game as it's Harry Maguire to Scott McTominay. Now Alejandro Garnacho to Diogo Dalot, and McTominay sends it in. Manchester United have taken the lead. Wonderful finish by Scott McTominay. He was the last player to touch the ball, and that will have surely given Manchester United the edge. The Red Devils faithful up on their feet, they're applauding him. And for Scott McTominay, what an incredible finish.
Oh, it was an absolutely delightful finish there. It was the ball went through the penalty area and across. They didn't mark McTominay. It's poor defending, really. They didn't monitor him. as he came in and tapped the ball into the net. But what you've got to look at here is that you've got the leading scorer of Manchester United ghosting his way into the penalty area and nobody picks him up. And when they look at that, Coventry, on the video replay later on, they'll be pretty disappointed with that, I think.
Coventry, you said that Coventry would have had to get the first goal to get in front, and it's not, and they aren't going to do it right now. They've got a lot of ground to make up. So 24 minutes in, it's Coventry 0, Manchester United 1. And Van Uyck to Ellis Sims, although I think he was held by one of the Manchester United defenders. That might have been Garnacho, but the ball now being played around Coventry, cleared away from goal by Brad Collins. It's now with Coventry. It's Ellis Sims to Haji Wright, and Haji Wright now trying to make a break for it, but fouled by, I think that was Casemiro. Yes, it was. And it's now with Harry Maguire. Maguire to Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes to Marcus Rashford. And so Rashford now towards the goalkeeper, Andre Onana. So it's Onana to clear. So Onana clears the ball out of the goal to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka back passes to Rashford. Ingenious way of passing the ball. It's Dallo to Casemiro. Casemiro passes to Harry Maguire. It's Maguire. Crosses downwing, I should say, to Wan-Bissaka. So it's Wan-Bissaka to McTominay. McTominay back towards Wan-Bissaka. Marcus Rashford now. Rashford passes to Wan-Bissaka. Now back to Kobe Mainu. Again, it's Rashford, but passed up front by Fernandes towards Maguire. Now the ball is with was with McTominay, I think it was. Now it's Marcus Rashford again inside the 18-yard box. Marcus Rashford, can he find a way through? He can't. He passes to Mainu, and it's Mainu to Fernandes. Fernandes back towards McTominay. McTominay to Wan-Bissaka. Now Rashford again. Almost tackled by Van Uyck, but Van Uyck gets it. But Van Uyck got into a bit of a tangle with Garnacho, and if Coventry don't start picking up the pace anytime soon, they're going to be way behind Manchester United come half time.
Well, they're struggling a bit at Coventry. I think at the moment they want to break out. They're trying to break out in numbers. But I think Manchester United are kind of penning them into their own half a little bit and making it very difficult for them to break out. Possession football, Manchester United are going to be trying to play in this game as have been. And to be honest, I only see this lead expanding. I don't see Coventry getting back into the game at the moment. I think things are going to have to change for Coventry if they want to get back into this game.
Yes, it looks like they are. Manchester United still in control of this. Manchester United still in control of this game in terms of ball possession. Anyway, I think they are starting to edge ahead of Coventry in terms of performance. But Coventry still need to close down that gap before it is too late. As it's Maguire passing to Rashford, and now it's Rashford crossing up front, crossing the ball towards Alejandro Garnacho, and it's Garnacho towards Rasmus Højlund, but Højlund misses, and that was a poor setup by Manchester United, and the ball is now with Casemiro. Casemiro passing to Fernandes. Fernandes again towards McTominay. Now back to Fernandes. Or was it Casemiro? No, it was Casemiro. Casemiro to Andre Onana. Onana stands behind the ball. He passes up the wing to Casemiro. Now back towards Onana. We're almost approaching the 30-minute mark, and it's still Manchester United 1 goal ahead of Coventry, as it's McTominay to Rashford. Rashford passing to Wan-Bissaka. Now it's with Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes to Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka to Scott McTominay. Now Wan-Bissaka passes back towards Alejandro Garnacho. Saved by Brad Collins. Although I think he was going to save it anyway. That didn't look a very convincing set piece or setup by Manchester United, as Coventry are able to get the ball out of the goal, but given away to Manchester United and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Now it's with Diogo Dalot. Wan-Bissaka to Garnacho. Garnacho to Casemiro. Now back towards Wan-Bissaka. It's Wan-Bissaka passing down to Andre Onana. And it's Maguire to Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes passing to Wan-Bissaka towards. We're looking to pass to Rashford, but it missed both he and Mikel Van Uyek. Van Uyek throws the ball out of goal, but it's over. I mean, throws the ball, but it goes over the line again, and that will be a second straight throw-in to Coventry. Van Uyek to Callum O'Hare, but given away to Manchester United. So it's Mainu was trying to find Hoyen, but too many Coventry players were in the way, and it's now back with Van Uyek. Van Uyek now trying to clear a path, and it goes towards Ben Sheath, and it's Sheath to Van Uyek. Van Uyek was aiming for Haji Wright. So it's right towards Callum O'Hare. Now it's been caught by Sims, but defended by McTominay. And McTominay has fouled Jake Bidwell. How do you see this one? We appear to have lost Paul for a moment. We'll get his views later, as it's a Coventry.
Sorry, I'm back. I'm sorry. I don't know what had happened there. It was a late challenge, but I think free kick is the right decision. Rob Jones has chosen to keep his cards in his pocket now, so at least for the time being, which is good. But okay. Definite foul. Okay,
free kick to Coventry City. This could be the chance for them to get back into this game. Ellis Sims and Jake Bidwell stand over the ball. So the referee Jones, and it's actually so Ellis Sims taking a few steps back. I think it's going to be him that will take the free kick, or is it Bidwell? No, it's Bidwell. Tried to sell the dummy, but Manchester United weren't fooled, and deflected really well by Manchester United. Coventry have another chance at a throw-in, though. They have to try and close the gap fast. It's still with Coventry, though. It's Collins. Collins now passing the ball around, and it's now with Bidwell, I think it was. But again, over the line it goes. Maguire wastes no time in throwing the ball towards Andre Onana, everybody inside the stands trying to make up their trying to give their own take on what is going on in front of them. As a Casemiro crosses forward to Garnacho, but halted by Brad Collins, and it goes over the line again. Throw in to Manchester United and Diogo Dalot. Dalot looking for the best chance to throw. Looking for the best angle, I should say. And so Dalot throws to McTominay, but given away to Latibodia, who passes to Brad Collins. And so Collins crossing forward to Van Uyek. So it's Van Uyek to Ben Sheaf. Sheaf to Callum O'Hare. Now back to Van Uyek. Sheaf again. Van Uyek. Ben Sheaf. And now Sheaf passes up the passing up the wing to Latibodia. Latibodia to Brad Collins. Collins now to Bobby Thomas. And Thomas crossing the ball. Thomas tries to cross the ball forward, but no way was Ellis Sims and also Haji Wright within range. So we're just so this is another look at that McTominay goal, and I must say, Paul, that since then things appear to have calmed down slightly.
Yeah, but again on that goal, look, if you track McTominay's run, it just goes through the Coventry City defence like they're not there, and nobody notices him and follows him or picks him up. He just goes straight through and just gets his a tap on it and into the net.
So Jack Bidwell for Coventry now passes to Brad Collins. But cleared away by almost cleared over by Van Uyek. I think Uyek has fallen over, but he's back up on his feet. I think that was Marcus Rashford coming over to see if he was all right, and Van Uyek appears to be fine. Throwing to Coventry, and he owns the ball. And he holds the ball over his head. Looks for the best person to throw. It to. I think he dawdled a bit too long, but it's gone to Callum O'Hare, but the ball is deflected away by Manchester United. But as I was about to say, that O'Hare had the ball. It was clear. It was knocked away by Casemiro. Throwing to Coventry once more. And that will be Van Uyek to take the throw. It's Van Uyek for Coventry. Up the wing it goes to the captain, Ben Sheaf. Sheaf towards Thomas. Now Van Uyek again. Van Uyek to O'Hare. O'Hare to, I think that was Ben Sheaf once more. Now it's with Thomas again. And Thomas passes to Brad Collins. Thomas back towards Collins. Ball now passed to one of the defenders. I think that might have been Latibodia. It was. So Chief passing to Kitching. Kitching tries to find Bidwell, but intercepted really well by Manchester United. And Fernandes trying to power his way towards the goal area, but Coventry's defensive wall kind of catches him out somewhat. It's Rashford. Manchester United going for another try though. With Maguire to Mino to Casemiro. It's Casemiro to Maguire. Now back towards Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So Bissaka to Casemiro. And now it's Casemiro to Maguire. Maguire to Casemiro. Now back to Wan-Bissaka. Rashford. Wan-Bissaka again. Harry Maguire. Maguire was looking to find Fernandes, but Coventry are able to take the ball back. It's Ellis Sims. Ellis Sims held by Casemiro, but he did well to pass to Josh Eccles. And so it's Eccles to Sheaf. Latibodiere. Thomas. It's Bobby Thomas to Eccles, but Eccles making a break for it. And Coventry, is this a chance for them to equalise? Ellis Sims was the closest to it, but somehow everybody missed. Coventry are giving up though. It's Bobby Thomas. Thomas to Haji Wright. Saved by Onana. And just over a minute ago, I thought Coventry had it.
Well, it was a brilliant ball into the box by Josh Eccles, right into that corridor of uncertainty. Unfortunately for Coventry, Ellis Sims could not slide in and get his foot in front of it. It was actually, I would argue, really good defending that prevented him from doing that by Casemiro, I think. And the ball just skewed away. But what a chance for Coventry. It's their best of the game so far.
It was actually Dallo who got in front. It was actually Dallo who got in front of Sims. So I have to correct you on that one. 5 minutes to go. It's still Coventry 0, Manchester United 1. Wan-Bissaka to Garnacho. Now Rashford to Wan-Bissaka. Now back towards Scott McTominay. McTominay was aiming for Garnacho, but cleared away by Latibodiere. As it's Kobbie Mainoo to Diogo Dallo. Dallo to Garnacho. Now Bruno Fernandes. Garnacho. Now back towards Rashford. Rashford crossing, saved by Brad Collins. It would appear that Collins has learnt from his mistakes.
Well, another good build-up by Manchester United. They seem to be functioning very well going forward. Probably the best I've seen Manchester United play for a while.
Yes, it would appear to be so. As the Latibodiere tries to fire the ball forward, but again held. But again, the ball is intercepted by Manchester United. They just aren't giving up. They want more than one. And it's Garnacho pressing the ball towards the goal. It's now with Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka to Garnacho. Garnacho passing to Harry Maguire. Maguire to I think that's Casemiro. Yes, indeed it was. And Casemiro passes back towards Maguire. Now it's with Garnacho. Garnacho to Kobbie Mainoo. Mainoo to Wan-Bissaka. Now back towards Mainoo. Wan-Bissaka has the ball once more. It's Marcus Rashford. Can't get round the Coventry defence. And it's Bruno Fernandes to Diogo Dallo. But Garnacho was looking to try and make another fight of it. But again, Coventry were able to stave him off. It's Ben Sheaf for Coventry now. Back passes to Kitching. Kitching once more. Now it's Latibodiere. Thomas now passes to Josh Eccles. Latibodiere to Kitching. It's Kitching to Ben Sheaf. Now Eccles. Eccles with the ball. Should have pressed up front a bit sooner, but just as I say that, it's with Haji Wright towards Bidwell. Now Ben Sheaf. And it's Sheaf to I think that's Kitching. Latibodiere to Bobby Thomas. headed by Harry Maguire. And now it's gone. And now it's gone all the way down to. I couldn't see who it was, and Haji Wright was aiming for the ball, but Onana got there before he did. So Andre Onana rolls the ball out to Harry Maguire. Just under a minute. Just nearly a minute to go now. Still Coventry 0, Manchester United 1. We are now into the penultimate minutes of the first half. It just remains to be seen how many minutes Rob Jones will add on before half time. And it's Fernandez crossing forward to Diogo Dalot, and it's Dalot with the ball towards Marcus Rashford. Deflected away by Brad Collins, and Coventry, and I'm sure Coventry supporters will no doubt breathe a sigh of relief, because that to me looked almost certain it was going to be 2.
What a super save. What a super save. He caught that so sweetly, did Rashford. And he got some help from the crossbar, did Brad Collins. But what a really, really good save that was. Flipping back and making that save. Amazing stuff.
Last minute corner to Manchester United. 1 minute has been added on. And the ball goes into the 18. Almost handed it by Maguire. And Manchester United double their leads. Coventry are in greater danger now, and if this game carries on the way it is, they will surely be on their way out of the FA Cup. But Harry Maguire, what a finish! He took advantage of that corner and just headed it in without a care in the world.
Yeah, so it was they didn't get close enough to him. And Harry Maguire made the header there fairly easily. It was, in the end, it was a finish you'd expect him to make from there, but it'll do Harry Maguire's confidence a world of good, as he seems to be the subject of memes and criticism from all over the footballing world. So it will do him the world of good with that header, and it's double Manchester United's lead, and now Coventry City have a mountain to climb now.
It looks like. Yes, it looks like there certainly will be, and the ball is now with Van Uyek. We're going to go slightly overtime because of the goal that was scored, and the ball now passed to Collins, and it's now got, and that is it. It's half time, and that is it. It's half time, and Manchester United go into the break with the score of with a 2-goal lead that they will no doubt be grateful for as they go into the second half. Coventry had their chances. It was an explosive start to the first half, but Manchester United have come out on top, and at the half-time break, it's Coventry City 0, Manchester United 2. What will Mark Robins be? What will be going through Mark Robins' head in the half-time break, Paul?
Well, he's got everything he has to say to his team has to be positive. He can't be screaming at them. He can't be yelling at them. He's got to try to instill into these players' minds that 2-0 is not the end of. It's a funny lead, this 2-0. We've seen it happen so many times. You get one back and the other team starts to panic. So he has to instill in his team that it's not over at all yet.
Yeah, he certainly does. And to me, he doesn't look like the kind of chap who will shout at his players. But we're gonna go for a break. We'll be right back before the start of the second half. Do join us then. Welcome back to the Commentary Hub's coverage of the FA Cup semi-final between Coventry City and Manchester United. And Manchester United 2 goals ahead. We're about to get started for the second half. It'll be Coventry City to kick us off, and looks like it'll be Callum O'Hare that will get proceedings back underway. Just waiting for Paul James to return to the commentary booth, and O'Hare standing over the ball, and away we go then for the start of the second half between Coventry and Manchester United. And the ball now being passed around to Brad Collins. And it looks to the ball given away to Manchester United. It's now with Bruno Fernandes to Casemiro. Casemiro passing to Onana. And the ball now being passed back to Harry Maguire. Maguire who headed in that corner before the end of the first half. Coventry, as Paul mentioned in the first half, towards the end of the first half, I should say, they've got a mountain to climb. But this could well be their equivalent of K2, which is the second highest mountain in the world, for those who don't know. And the ball now being passed back around to Onana. No halftime substitutions have been made, and we've now got Paul back in. We've now got Paul back in the commentary booth. And you said earlier, Paul, that Coventry have got a mountain to climb, and I of course said it was their equivalent of K2. Would you agree with me on that one?
Yeah, it is really, and I think as the second half gets underway now, you can kind of see where Manchester United are going to go. I think Manchester United now are going to go for the juggler and try to kill this game.
Didn't quite get what he said, but I'm pretty sure he meant something along the lines of Manchester United are aiming for a third goal. It's Rashford in towards Rasmus Højlund, but defended by Coventry. Back with Mainu now. Mainu and Manchester United go for a shot, but it was Fernandes, and it was too high over the crossbar. The wind, I think, blew it away and almost hit the post, and that would have been the third for the Red Devils.
Yes, what a chance for Fernandes. My goodness me, what a shot. He had the goalkeeper beating all ends up there.
Yes, he certainly did. Throw in to Coventry, and Fernandes trying to compose himself. The ball now goes towards Haji Rice. A balloon from one of the Coventry supporters has gone down onto the pitch, but that's only a minor distraction. And Harry Maguire rightfully stamps on it and bursts it. So no harm done there. Ellis Sims to Ben Sheaf. Now Jake Bidwell back to Sheaf, and so Sheaf with the ball. And it goes up to Bobby Thomas. Bobby Thomas now with the ball for the Sky Blues, and it's being passed around to Latibodia. Latibodia, I think clips Maguire, but no harm done. And it's a throw in to Coventry. Ball thrown to Callum O'Hare. It's O'Hare to I think that was Van Uyek. But given away to Manchester United. It's Rasmus Højlund with the ball. Passes to Rashford. Rashford needs to pass to Garnacho. He fails to do so, and he should have passed sooner. Otherwise, Sheaf would not have fouled him.
Yeah, I mean it was a late challenge, but careless one nevertheless.
Yes, it would have to. Yes, it was careless, and Fernandes to take the free kick for for Manchester United. He steps back. Gets ready to aim the ball in towards the goal. He stands by, looking very composed. Takes a few deep breaths. Coventry defensive wall around the goal area. But he passes to Rashford, and that was a very unorthodox decision by Manchester United to play like that, because normally a free kick would result in being fired in towards the goal area. Explain what Manchester United were trying to do, Paul.
Well, it's. I think what they wanted to do was just get the ball into the middle to try to pick out someone in the middle. But the bottom line is it was just all went wrong. It's probably a training ground manoeuvre that just didn't quite come off. Sometimes that happens.
Yes, they do. Yeah, yes, it does. But as Paul said, it didn't pay off. And 5 minutes into the second half, it's still Coventry 0, Manchester United 2. No half-time no substitutions made as of yet. I think it will be possibly another 10 or 15 minutes before another player has to come on, as it's Garnacho to Diogo Dalot. Dalot almost loses it to Kitching, but he manages to hold it, and so it's Fernandez aiming for Hoyland, cleared away by Coventry. It's now with Kobbie Mainoo. Mainoo crosses down the wing to Diogo Dalot. Dalot to McTominay. McTominay towards Rashford. Now back to McTominay. McTominay to Casemiro it was. Casemiro to Dalot. Dalot finds McTominay. Now back towards Casemiro. Casemiro passing to McTominay. Now back to Casemiro. Casemiro passes to Onana. And Onana up the wing to Harry Maguire. Although Ellis Sims looked dangerous, Maguire did well to control the situation. It's Garnacho. Almost loses it to Sims, but caught by Maguire. Now it's with Van Ooyek. Van Ooyek to Callum O'Hare. And is this the chance for Coventry to peg one back? He was too far back. Ben Sheaf was too far back, and that's why the ball went just too wide. He was unmarked, but he aimed at the wrong time. He didn't have too much time to think.
Yeah. Well, it's one of them, isn't it? He just too far back, and he just blazes the ball. But it's a chance for Coventry, and the next goal is really important in this game.
They need to score that next goal, and soon. Onana gets ready to clear the ball out. Onana gets ready to clear the ball out of the goal, which he does, and it goes straight to Casemiro. Casemiro to Maguire. Now Scott McTominay. McTominay passing to Casemiro. It was actually Rashford who had the ball earlier. Now it's with Garnacho. Garnacho to Casemiro. Casemiro trying to cross the ball forward, but almost conceding it to Coventry. But in fact, they have. And now the ball goes as far as Diogo Dalot, almost intercepted by Bidwell, but Manchester United able to hold on. And so Garnacho after the ball, held off by Thomas, who in turn I think fouls Garnacho, but play still goes on. It's Josh Eccles. Eccles passing up the wing. It's now back with Thomas. Thomas to Latibodiere. Ben Sheaf, who in turn passes to Van Ooyek. Mikel Van Ooyek to Eccles. Now Liam Kitching. It's Kitching to Bidwell, and almost sent in by Ellis Sims. I think Sims just couldn't get close enough, and just going to have another look at that again. That was a good setup by Bidwell, Wan-Bissaka, I think, has clipped Van Uyek. So Coventry forward again. It's a corner to the Sky Blues to be taken by Bidwell. The ball goes into the 18-yard box. Cleared out by Manchester United. It's back with Sheaf. Ben Sheaf for Coventry. Held firm by Manchester United. They're on the break once more. Bruno Fernandes towards Garnacho. Back with Eccles. Now Ben Sheaf. Sheaf passes to Josh Eccles. But Coventry still won't give up. Great defensive work from Manchester United just now, but the Sky Blues aren't done yet. The ball goes in towards the 18-yard box, cleared out by Sims, almost caught by Sims, but Manchester United got there before they did. And all I can say, Paul, is that Coventry are now starting to show themselves in front of goal, but they've just been unlucky.
Yeah, they have. They've been a little bit unlucky. It's been one of them situations where you kind of lose they really have come very close to scoring. And if they keep playing like this, they'll get a goal back for sure.
I couldn't see any possible reason why. Sorry, I was just going off a bit of a tangent there. Anyway, it's Manchester United with the ball. The ball is now with Ben Sheaf. It's Sheaf, but clipped away there by Rashford. There seems to be a few technical problems down Paul's end. We'll let you know. We'll let you know when he can come back. One or two people in the stands making a few notes. And it's now back with Bidwell. So Bidwell to Ben Sheaf. Back with, I think it was with O'Hare momentarily. It's now with Callum O'Hare once again. O'Hare to Brad Collins. And Collins now passing the ball back out to Bobby Thomas, I think it was. It's now with Thomas. Thomas passing to Van Uyek. Van Uyek, Eccles. And Eccles now crossing forward to Sims. Sims to Van Uyek. And Van Uyek now crossing to Haji Wright. It's Wright inside the 18-yard box. Has to get out. And pass to Eccles. Eccles passes back to Wright. And it's Wright to Bidwell. Latibodiere. Now Bidwell. Cut out by Dallo. It's now with Garnacho. I think he fouled a player, but the referee's saying play on. Back pass to Bruno Fernandes. And the ball is now with Marcus Rashford. It's Rashford. Inside the 18-yard box, he passes to Fernandes. Manchester United have made it 3. It's Fernandes it's Bruno Fernandes once again, or is it? That's his first goal of the match. And what a finish it was by Fernandes. We'll try and get Paul Slaughter when we can. But Bruno Fernandes did well to set up for Marcus Rashford, and Rashford passed back despite almost getting caught up by Coventry, and the right footer was just enough for Fernandes to slot the ball in, and Manchester United lead by 3 goals to 0. I'm gonna try and catch my breath for a moment or two, and for Mark Robbins, that is extremely frustrating. And the Coventry fans know that their chances of making the final are slipping further and further away. and we're going to have that was just before the hour mark too. And so the ball is now back with Coventry. It's O'Hare to Ben Sheaf, and the Paul is still having technical problems. So it looks as though you're gonna. So it looks as though I'm gonna have to do this whole thing by myself. But if when Paul does come back, we will let you know. I think we'll. But if when Paul does come back, we will let you know. And it's a corner kick to Coventry, and the ball almost headed in by, I think that was Kitching. Kitching was the player closest to him, but again, Manchester United were able to hold them off. In fact, I think it was Coventry who were making a few notes over who to bring on as a substitute player. They're gonna have to start bringing on their subs ASAP. And I think one of the players that's about to come onto the field of play is Lewis Binks, as it's Dallow now to Garnacho, and it's Wan-Bissaka to Casemiro. Casemiro now finds Garnacho to Thomas, but Garnacho was able to clear it away. It's now back with Wan-Bissaka, or is it? I think Coventry got a foot to it through Bobby Thomas. And it's a free kick to the Red Devils. It'll be Fernandez again. To take the free kick, which he does. Goes towards Casemiro, and now it's with Garnacho, blazed over the bar by Harry Maguire. So close, but it just wasn't close enough. I think that also might have been a deflection by Kitching. But Coventry make their first substitute of the match, and coming onto the pitch. We will let you know who it is as and when we can. I think they may have made more. I think they may have made more than one. We'll have to check. And in fact, 3 have come off. Kitching, Eccles, and Latibodia have come off in place of Lewis Binks, as I mentioned earlier, Victor Torp, and Fabio Tavares. So it's Bobby Thomas towards, I think that was one of the substitutes. Now it's back with Dallow to McTominay. Now Harry Maguire to Wan-Bissaka. And it's back with Aaron Wan-Bissaka towards Ben Sheaf. Now Ellis Sims to Callum O'Hare. It's Callum O'Hare with the ball for Coventry. He has to pass quickly to Fabio Tavares, which he does. And it's Tavares with the ball for Coventry. Ben Sheaf to Latibodia, or was it Van Uyek? Yeah, it was Van Uyek. The ball is now with Lewis Binks. And Media, Radio, Jingles and Gaming, one of our regular listeners was saying it'll be Manchester all over again. And I think he's right. And the ball just bounced off the side, betting the closest that Coventry has come to scoring. They'll probably get a consolation goal out of this. That was by Tavares. and that will have given Coventry another corner. Tavares is the Coventry player closest to goal. Ball now sails it. Ball now goes in towards the 18-yard box. Cleared away by Manchester United. The ball is now with. The ball was briefly, I think, with Victor Torp, but held off by Manchester United. It's now with Garnacho. It's Garnacho, and he is making a spanking pace, but it goes up. But it goes over the bar. And we're now coming. And Manchester United are getting ready to make a substitution. Anthony is going to come on to the field of play, and I think one of the players coming off will be Garnacho. We'll let you know who Anthony will be coming on for momentarily. And Garnacho, he's been good up front, hasn't he? Setting up pieces and just being a nuisance to Coventry. Gets the handshake from Erik ten Hag, and onto the pitch comes Anthony. Anthony, remember he's recently recovered from a muscle problem. And Brad Collins passes to Binks. So it's Binks to Victor Torp. Now it's Sheaf, and Sheaf crossing towards Tavares, but Tavares is too far away from the ball. 66 minutes in, it's Coventry City 0, Manchester United 3. And Mark Robins looking very tentative, and tense at the same time on the touchline. It's Sheaf with the ball once more. He passes to Tavares. Tavares just manages to keep the ball in, but tackled by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. It's Wan-Bissaka with the ball. He passes to Andre Onana. Onana gives the ball away to Coventry. It's now with Fabio Tavares. Tavares to Victor Torp. Torp with the ball, passes to Callum O'Hare. O'Hare. Now back to Van Uyik. O'Hare again. Van Uyik. Now Victor Torp. It's Victor Torp for Coventry. Does well to keep hold of the ball. Now back with Van Uyik. It's Van Uyik to Sheaf. And Sheaf now passes to Tavares. Tavares to, and that's a diving header by Callum O'Hare. It didn't pay off though. Had it done so, had the ball gone in, I would have been amazed. I would have been amazed that it did. Great effort though by Callum O'Hare. And the ball, and it will be a resultant goal kick for Manchester United. So Onana passes to Harry Maguire. Now Darlow back towards Maguire. Maguire crossing forward to Marcus Rashford. And the Manchester United fans, and indeed some ex-players look on in anticipation of a possible in anticipation of Manchester United reaching the final. Don't forget, this will be the second. Don't forget if they do, they will surpass Arsenal's record of reaching the FA Cup final, a record they share themselves with 21. It will be 22 if they do so. So Lewis Binks to Bobby Thomas. Now the ball goes to Fabio Tavares. Tavares to Van Uyik. Ben Sheaf. Now back to Van Uyik. Sheaf again. And Sheaf crossing forward to Tavares, who's under pressure from Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka tries to tackle him, but but fails to do so. And a slip up by Van Uyek, but he manages to pass to Tavares. Back to Van Uyek. It's now with Cavalier. He almost comes unstuck. Pushed over the line by Harry Maguire. That has surely got to be a corner at least by Coventry. And in fact, was that almost a headbutt? I think that might have been initial contact, but he was just pushed over the line. And Media, Radio, Jingles and Gaming is saying Coventry do have their chances. Well, they do, but they aren't having that many. And in fact, no corner given. So play still goes on. Coventry have 20 minutes to reduce the deficit, or at least get a consolation goal. It's O'Hare to Tavares. Tavares to, and Coventry have ball one back. It's through Ellis Sims, and that has breathed new hope, new life into Coventry. The game is not yet up for them yet. The game is not yet up for them. And that was Tavares. It was Tavares with the setup. He just crossed it down to Sims, and Coventry have reduced the gap. Sims was definitely unmarked, and the Coventry fans can once again rejoice. So Ellis Sims, having now calmed down from his goal-scoring euphoria, it will be Manchester United to restart proceedings with Højlund. The ball is now passed to Christian Eriksen, who has come on during this time, and he comes on in place of Kobbie Mainoo. Mainoo comes on, and Media, Radio, Jingles and Gaming says, well said, Nick. Coventry can at least score one goal. But they have to. But if they want to get into the final, they've just got to believe and keep on pushing. They are trying to do so, but clip in the shoulder by Anthony on, I think that was Bidwell. Play still goes on. Rob Jones keeping his cards out of his pockets. Keeping his cards inside his pockets, I should say. And that will be a throw-in. To Manchester United, and it's throw-in to McTominay by Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka gets the ball back though. Cleared away though by Torp, almost caught by Sims. And the ball is now with I think that was with Ben Sheaf, but now it just goes back to Maguire. Given away this time to Haji Wright. It's Wright to Torp. Back towards Torp. That was by Thomas earlier, and Haji Wright almost catches it, but blocked by Manchester United. And the ball is now with Anthony. It's Anthony to Christian Eriksen. Eriksen finds Rashford. Rashford couldn't find an opening. He was held by Coventry and caught by Brad Collins. Collins read the situation very well. And the ball has now gone to Casemiro. Eriksen, McTominay, back towards Eriksen. Now Harry Maguire. Maguire crossing down the wing to Anthony, but intercepted by Bidwell. Now it's Wright. Given away back to Manchester United and McTominay. McTominay, Rashford, Ericsson now. Or was that Casemiro? No, it was Casemiro to Ericsson. Ericsson to Anthony. Now it's with McTominay. Coventry need to start attacking. Coventry now need to start attacking more, but they are constantly being outboxed by Manchester United. So it's Casemiro to Anthony. Anthony passes to Casemiro. And it's now with Dallo. Dallo to Anthony. Media Radio Jingles and Gaming is saying, imagine if Coventry scores another goal. Whilst I think, yes, it would be wonderful. We can all but dream. I'd say that their chances are becoming a lot slimmer and slimmer and slimmer. They still have time, though, says Media Radio Jingles and Gaming. We shall see. As Casemiro now has the ball, almost taken by Wright. And the ball is now passed to McTominay. It's McTominay to I think that was Dallo. Now it's with Anthony. Ericsson. Dallo once more. Dallo passes to Anthony. But Anthony but I think it was a slip up by Anthony that cost Manchester United the chance of pressing forward. Anyway, it's Thomas for Coventry. Now Ellis Sims crossing the ball forward to Padgett to Fabio Tavares, but Manchester United read the situation very well and keep the ball off him. Given away to Coventry, but retaken by Ericsson. It's Ericsson to Rashford. Marcus Rashford gives the ball away to Coventry, and Ben Sheaf fouled. Ben Sheaf is fouled, but the referee's saying just a free kick. It's remarkable that he hasn't given his given out any cards. And Coventry, a club in the championship. They've done really well to reach this stage. For the first time, need I remind you, since 1987, it's Fabio Tavares with the ball, but kept out by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So it's Wan-Bissaka now, who I think that was Casemiro, given to Christian Eriksen. It's Eriksen to Dallo. Dallo passes to Anthony. And Anthony now flirting with the 18-yard box, but defended by Coventry. Kept out by Banu Yik. It's now with Ellis Sims. Ellis Sims now with the ball for Coventry. He passes to Callum O'Hare. It's O'Hare, but Coventry have made it 2. Amazing work by Callum O'Hare. This could breathe new life back. This has certainly given Coventry a second win. They could yet equalise with Manchester United or even win. The Coventry supporters are going bananas. So Ellis Sims did well to set up Callum O'Hare, and I thought it was going to miss, but a lovely bicycle kick. I think it was deflected off one of the Manchester United defenders. It was in fact Wan-Bissaka. Will he come to rue that move later on? only we shall see. But Mark Robbins need not be frustrated too much anymore. So just over half an hour ago, we thought Coventry had it, but they now have a chance to win. And so Bidwell comes off, and Jay Da Silva comes on, and the ball is now with Haji Wright. It's Haji Wright for Coventry, gives it away to Wan-Bissaka, but the ball is retaken by Van Eyck. It's almost with Tavares. Tavares tries to take it off. Wan-Bissaka. Coventry now on the attack again with 10 minutes to go. It's still Coventry City 2, Manchester United 3. That was an effort by Ben Sheikh and Mark Robbins. And Mark Robbins just standing on the touchline. The fans still jumping up and down. Some of them starting to show tears of emotion. And who can blame them? And as Media Radio Jingles and Gaming says, this could well be a historic day for Coventry. And the ball now being cleared out. And the ball now being cleared out of goal. He told me they had time. They certainly do. So even those in the comments have a better idea of things than even I do. And so the ball is now was almost given to Hoyland, but I think he was handled by one of the Coventry players. And now comes the yellow card. For the first time in this game, a yellow card has been dished out, and it was Bobby Thomas who manhandled him. And that was a really reckless and rough challenge. I think he deserved that. And it will be Manchester United to take the free kick, courtesy of Bruno Fernandes. So Fernandes standing over the ball. He composes himself. He kicks it in towards the 18-yard box. Kept out by Coventry. I think that was Haji Wright who got a touch to it. So a corner now to Manchester United. Standing over the ball is Christian Eriksen, and Eriksen kicks the ball into the 18-yard box, headed out by Wright. It's now with Tavares. Tavares to Wright. It's still with Coventry. I think that's Victor Torp with the ball, given to Jay Da Silva. Da Silva to Tavares, now back to Jay Da Silva. Da Silva into the 18-yard box. Cleared away though by Harry Maguire. And this match could go down to the wire, it seems. And it will be Victor Torp to take the corner with 7 minutes to go. The 83rd minute to be precise. And Torp goes into the 18-yard box. Torp kicks the ball into the goal area, but it's caught by Onana. The referee didn't appear to be too happy with the corner, so now he's asked for another try. I think there might have been a bit of scuffling or argy-bargy inside the goal area, and so Tavares raises his arms to say that he's ready to do it again. Will it be second time lucky for Coventry? The ball goes into the 18-yard box, and it's headed away by Manchester United. I think that might have been Dallo who cleared it. Throw in to Coventry, and it will be Van Eyck to take the throw. Headed away by Manchester United. Now back with Coventry! And that was Victor Thorpe, punched away by Onana! Very close it was to being an equaliser for Coventry! So it was O'Hare with the initial efforts, but Victor Thorpe, how unlucky was he? Saved and palmed away by Onana. Mark Robbins couldn't believe it. And Onana takes a well-deserved drink. We have now got 5 minutes of normal time left. It's still Coventry City 2, Manchester United 3, and Onana has been given a yellow card for some unknown reason. If anyone knows why he was yellow carded, then do please let me know. As Van Uyek gets ready to as Van Uyek gets ready to throw the ball. It's now with Sheaf. It's Ben Sheaf to Callum O'Hare. O'Hare gives the ball away to Bruno Fernandes. It's now with Bobby Thomas, who was carded earlier. Almost taken by Callum O'Hare. It's now with McTominay for Manchester United. Remember, he scored the first in the first half. And McTominay, Rashford, Wan-Bissaka. Now back towards McTominay. It's Christian Eriksen. Maguire. Now Marcus Rashford back towards Wan-Bissaka. It's Eriksen. Now Maguire again. McTominay. Back to Eriksen. Eriksen passing quickly and swiftly to Onana. It's Onana headed by Dalot. Dalot gives the ball to Luis. Binks, I should say. It was Binks and Jay Da Silva. Van Uyek to Tavares. And so it's Van Uyek passing to Bobby Thomas. Thomas to Jay Da Silva. And Jay Da Silva passing swiftly to Haji Wright. Haji Wright crosses into the 18-yard box. Couldn't get to Tavares. Headed by McTominay. But it goes back to Coventry and Da Silva. It's Haji Wright. Haji Wright swiftly passes to O'Hare. O'Hare to Binks. Now Sheaf. Sheaf to Fabio Tavares. And cleared but kept out this time by Wan-Bissaka. It's now with Da Silva. Victor Thorpe now to Callum O'Hare. Normally I would consider, around this time I would start considering who my player of the match is, but there's just too many to choose from right now. And besides, it is so close. This could go right down to the last minute. It's Bruno Fernandes for Manchester United. He passes to Rashford. The referee says play on. Back to Fernandes. Fernandes to Hoyen. Can he score at last? Can he score and get Manchester United further ahead? The answer is no. And it's now back with Ben Sheaf. It's Ben Sheaf. Straight towards Tavares. Caught at the last moment by Onana. And Onana kicks the ball forward to his opposite number, Brad Collins. And Rasmus Højlund, and I can now reveal from Media Radio Jingles and Gaming about the Andre Onana yellow card. It was for wasting time in the game. Cheers for that. As Tavares takes the throw in for Coventry. We now have we're now just under 90 seconds to go until full time. It's Haji Wright. He's fouled inside the 18-yard box. Top, but it's over the bar again. The referee there wasn't enough, and with Haji Wright fouled inside the 18-yard box, it should have been a penalty, but the referee either wasn't interested or he didn't have enough time to react. And the ball just goes over the crossbar. Unlucky by Victor Torp. For me, what happened to Haji Wright, that should have been a Coventry penalty. It now remains to be seen how many minutes will be added on. We're now into the last 30 seconds of normal time. It's Victor Torp given away to Anthony. It's Anthony towards Scott McTominay. McTominay to Harry Maguire. Maguire passing to Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka to Onana. Onana now clears it. Onana tries to cross it forward, but given away to Ben Sheaf. It's Sheaf to Ellis Sims. We're now into the 90th minute. 6 minutes have been added on, and that could give Coventry the chance to at least equalise. If they pull off a shock win, I will be amazed. And it's Marcus Rashford with the ball for Manchester United, but given away to Coventry. And now it's Coventry on the offensive once more with Fabio Tavares. Tavares towards Haji Wright, but cleared away by Diogo Dalot. And it's another throw in to Coventry, and it will be taken by Van Uyek. And Marcus Rashford has gone down. Marcus Rashford is down, and that was I think that was Sheep who collided with him. Yes, indeed, it was. And Marcus Rashford, as Paul mentioned earlier, he's had a very inconsistent season. But this was the incident. This was the earlier incident, which was what happened to, or was it something else? This was something completely different. I thought it was a replay of the Haji Wright foul, but no, it wasn't. So Mikael Van Uyek gets ready to throw. He stands behind the line. The Coventry fans still roaring and cheering their club on. So it's a throw into O'Hare. O'Hare to Van Uyek. Now back to O'Hare. O'Hare towards Tavares. Well defended by Manchester United, but given back to Coventry, and Torp. It's now with Haji Wright. Haji Wright towards Thomas, but something has happened. A penalty to Coventry, I think. Something's going on inside the 18-yard box. Has been scored. We don't know. Trying to catch my breath and reassess the situation. Binks, I think, got a touch. Binks, I think, brought down Wan-Bissaka. He thought he scored, or was it just a protest of something? And Wan-Bissaka might have gotten in the way or something like that. I'm still trying to work out what's happened. The referee's having a discussion with Wan-Bissaka and Maguire. Just having another look at it, and it was a ball right into the side of Wan-Bissaka. Or did it bounce off his arm? I think it might have bounced off his arm. But I think that was probably like a mistimed kick by Coventry. For one fleeting moment, I thought Binks had scored, but it was not. But it just was not to be. This is not what Coventry need right now. Just minutes away from the end. I think we're gonna go over time. And it looks as though the referee Rob Jones is clearing up. the situation. He's having a bit of a chat with Onana. And is it going to be a penalty? I think it is. It is the penalty to Coventry. And Haji Wright places the ball onto the spots. Apologies if I wasn't too sure about it, but for Haji Wright, This could be the chance to equalise for Coventry. He runs up. In fact, he runs up, hits the ball in. Coventry make it 3! The game will likely go to extra time. Haji Wright has saved Coventry's bacon for the time being. And that is what the Coventry fans will be, and that is what the Coventry fans will be wanting. Wright just tapped it in. I think he did a couple of steps to try and throw Andre Onana off guard, and it certainly worked. And Coventry will be taking this game into extra time. And if you're wondering where Paul James is, don't worry, he's still with us, but he's now the producer for the show, and the fact that he's still able to carry on but not talk. Great work, Paul. I appreciate that very much. And it's to do with the link down his end. He's still not able to get it going. But back to the action now. It doesn't look like anybody's going to score within the next 2 and a bit seconds. We are going to go into extra time any second now. The referee will blow his whistle. But just as I say that, Coventry are on the run. Could they make it? Could this be a stop win? Down goes Sims. He didn't have enough time. And that will be a free kick to Coventry City. Or will it? I think it will be a free kick to the Sky Blues. And Marcus Rashford, having sustained that knock he picked up earlier, I think he's going to have to be substituted for extra time. He can't carry on. And coming on in place of him is Amad Diallo. Diallo back on the field. Is Amad Diallo? Diallo back on the field, or Amad, Amad as he prefers to be known. After serving a 1-match suspension, it's Callum O'Hare sending the ball forward towards Ellis Sims. Backed out by Andre Onana. These last few seconds could decide everything. And it's Fabio Tavares to Van Uyik. It's Van Uyik with the ball. Van Uyik towards Maguire, and the ball ends up at the feet of Andre Onana. So it's Onana throwing it to Casemiro. Casemiro passes back to Onana. Onana clears the ball out of the goal, headed by I think that was Torp. The ball now goes to Ahmad, and it's Ahmad with the ball. The referee says play on, and it's Bruno Fernandes. Can Manchester United score something in the last minute? Kept out by Collins, and it's still over. But the ball goes over the line. It's a throw-in to Manchester United. I cannot believe that we've gone some 2.5 minutes over time, and the game is still undecided. It's Ahmad to Harry Maguire. Maguire to Wan-Bissaka, but he just can't get to it. And that will be a goal kick to Coventry. And this was and kept out very well though. Kept out very well by Brad Collins. Collins' goal kick will, I think, be the last action of the match. Although Media Radio Jingles and Gaming is hinting that Coventry could score a fourth before extra time. The ball is cleared out of goal. It's now with Sims. Sims to Haji Wright. Haji Wright gives the ball away to Ahmad. Gives the ball away to Ahmad. But right on his tail is Van Uyek and O'Hare. O'Hare towards Sims, but cleared out of goal by Onana. And that is it! That is the end of 90 minutes! From 3-0 down to 3-all. Coventry City have found a second wind. Will they be able to take this forward into extra time? We shall see. And after 90 minutes, it's Coventry City 3, Manchester United 3. I'm gonna take a bit of a breather, but we'll be back before extra time. Welcome back to the Commentary Hub's coverage of the FA Cup semi-final between Coventry City and Manchester United. We've just got underway for extra time, and it's Ahmad passing quickly to Anthony, although quickly taken by Fabio Tavares. It's now with the ball is now with Mikhail Van Uyik. Very good there. Should also I forgot to mention that we've also been live on the Commentary Hub 2, JV Sports, and Paul James's channel Focus on Football, as well as and we're also live on Twitch as well. And it's Jay Da Silva with the ball for Coventry City. Coventry now playing from right to left. Manchester United are playing from left to right as they have been in the second half. So Torp to Callum O'Hare. Now back towards Torp. Torp to McTominay. Give it away to McTominay, I should say. Now it's with Rasmus Højlund. Højlund almost tackled by Sheaf. Now it's back with Bruno Fernandes. And Media Radio Jingles and Gaming still believes that it could well be a Coventry City final. As Wan-Bissaka passes to Anthony, and it's Anthony to Harry Maguire. Now Andre Onana to Dalot. Dalot passing to Casemiro. Now Christian Eriksen. Eriksen passes to Dalot. Dalot to Onana. Onana passes to Harry Maguire. Maguire under pressure from Ellis Sims. Nice with Casemiro. Christian Eriksen couldn't find he was looking for, but it went as far as Collins in the Coventry goal. Caught by Maguire. Given away to Coventry though, and it's with Ben Sheaf, the captain. He's pursued by Eriksen. Ball now passed to Van Uyik. Now Fabio Tavares. Tavares to Sheaf. Under pressure though from the Manchester United captain Fernandes. It's Van Uyik to Ben Sheaf once more. Now it's Sheaf again. Sheaf tries to hold on to the ball, but is fouled by Wan-Bissaka. Down he goes. And Coventry are going to have to make up for that. It was in fact, it was Tavares who went down. He's back up on his feet. And the ball is now given to Manchester United and Rasmus Højlund. It's Højlund to Ahmad. Now shots by Fernandes, but kept out by Brad Collins. And after the ball now goes Haji Wright. It's Haji Wright with the ball. Holds off Casemiro. Into the 18-yard box he goes, but he's overshot. He came in too fast. But here's what happened with Fernandes a short while ago. How close could he have got to making it for Manchester United? And this was what happened with Haji Wright. I think he was just caught off guard, and that's why he, as I said, overshot. So just about 5 minutes in, it's still Coventry 3, Manchester United 3, as Fabio Tavares is being looked over by by the Coventry City physios. I think that might have been knocked to his knee of some description. We will let you know. We will let you know what the problem is very shortly. But that was just. But again, that was just so close by Bruno Fernandes. And Fabio Tavares being walked around the field by the Coventry physios. Whether he'll still be able to carry on playing or not remains to be seen. Goal kick, though, to be taken by Onana for Manchester United. And out goes the ball to Casemiro. Casemiro to Ahmad. Now Maguire. Maguire to Scott McTominay. McTominay crosses down the wing to Diogo Dalot. It's Dalot to Ahmad. Now back towards Dalot. Dalot to McTominay. Wan-Bissaka under pressure from Tavares, but Manchester United do well to hold on to the ball. It's Maguire. Now Casemiro. Both sides playing really well, both in defence and attack. It's Eriksen to Ahmad. Now Ahmad crossing the ball to Fernandes, but Fernandes misses it, and he knows it. And the ball will be cleared out of goal by Brad Collins. And Brad Collins stands over the ball. He passes to Luke Binks. Now Thomas to Van Uyek. Back towards Collins. Now Binks again. Binks tries to find Wright. He does, but Wright was just held by Manchester United. The ball goes as far as Sims. Re-intercepted by Manchester United. Throw in to the Red Devils, and it will be taken, I think, by Dalot. Mark Robbins watching the game from the touchline with an inscrutable expression on his face. It's Casemiro to Maguire. Maguire. Now back to Casemiro. Casemiro to Eriksen. Now back to Casemiro. Ball has now found Dalot. It's Dalot to Eriksen. Eriksen. Ahmad. Ball finds Coventry City. It's now with Wright, who passes quickly to Ellis Sims. It's now with Fabio Tavares. Tavares to Sheaf. Given away, though, to Rasmus Højlund. Højlund has found Ahmad. Ahmad needs to pass quickly to one of his teammates. He does. Finds Eriksen. Christian Eriksen blocked by Coventry. It's now back with Wright. Wright to Jay Da Silva. And Callum O'Hare. Callum O'Hare to passes to Binks. And ball is now with Van Uyek. Van Uyek to Tavares. Van Uyek passing back to Brad Collins. Collins looks for Sims. Maguire. Headed by one of the defenders, Torp. Now it goes as far as Ben Sheaf. Torp. Now finds Fabio Tavares. Tavares, it goes over the line, and it will be a throw. To Manchester United. Aaron Wan-Bissaka will take the throw. Coventry have now got Coventry have now got to I've got to halt this throw-in advantage. They haven't done so, but it's now the ball has now been caught by Sheaf. It's Ben Sheaf with the ball. Quickly passes to Callum O'Hare. Callum O'Hare now to Fabio Tavares. Back to O'Hare. O'Hare fouled. I think that was by Anthony. It's a throw-in once more. And it will be Van Uyek that will take the throw. Sheaf. Thorpe. Van Uyek. Now it's with Tavares. But it goes over. Now the ball is back in play for Coventry. Ben Sheaf goes for it, but it bounces over the bar. It bounces on the side. It's just wide, and that was how close Coventry got to a fourth. It actually didn't bounce off the net, but it was just so close to hitting the post. Now the ball is with Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka passing to Onana. Casemiro. Now Christian Eriksen. Eriksen to, I think that was Anthony. Anthony to Dallo, but I think a Coventry player was brought down in the process. It might have been Torp, but McTominay is down on the ground. But he's quickly back up on his feet as well. We're into the 102nd minute in total. It's still Coventry 3, Manchester United 3. So we're now waiting for someone to come onto the pitch. We're now waiting for a substitute to come on, and it'll be Scott McTominay who will come off. And onto the pitch will come number 62, Amari Forson. A player who I think is part of Manchester United's academy. If any Manchester United fans are listening, then do please get in touch and let me know let me know if any of those substitute players are associated with any academy or development clubs for the Red Devils. It's Jay Da Silva. Jay Da Silva passing to Ben Sheaf. And it's Ben Sheaf now to Fabio Tavares. Tavares to Van Uyek. Van Uyek down the wing towards Binks. Binks to Victor Torp. Now back to Binks. It's Brad Collins. Brad Collins to Bobby Thomas. Now it's Ellis Sims crossing down the wing to Jay Da Silva. And it's Jay Da Silva passing to Victor Torp. Victor Torp now to, I think that was Sheaf. Torp back to Da Silva. Da Silva quickly passing to Callum O'Hare. It's Haji Wright who had the ball actually, but he couldn't get through the Manchester United defensive wall. Anthony to, I think that's Rasmus Højlund, but Højlund was fouled by Thomas, brought down rather clumsily, I think. He did touch the ball, but he caught the player just in case, and somebody else has been fouled. It's actually Thomas. The effort of trying to get the ball must have done something to his leg, but he's back up on his feet, so play will resume. So this is the penultimate. So we're now into the last 20 seconds of the first period of extra time, and Manchester United now looking to try and get ahead. It's Amari Forson with the ball. Can he score? No. What What a finish that would have been for the young man. And we are now going to go a minute over time. So close. And just as well that Brad Collins missed that. Corner given to Manchester United though, so he might have gotten a touch to it. Fernandes kicks the ball into the 18-yard box. Head away though by Thomas. Manchester United aren't giving up. It's now back with Forsman. Caught by Top. And that is I think that is the end of the first period of extra time, or is it? Did one of the players actually get a touch to it? And Victor Torp appears to have hurt himself, but he is able to carry on playing. And it'll be Brad Collins to kick the ball. It'll be Brad Collins who will kick the ball out of the goal. But he's taking his time about it. And that is it. That's the end of the first period of extra time. And it still remains Coventry City 3, Manchester United 3. This game is getting ever more intriguing by the minute, folks. And we're gonna take a before I say we'll take a bit of a break, we'll just have a look at what happens between Ahmad and Fernandes. So Ahmad should have passed to Fernandes earlier, it seems, and that way Manchester United would have gotten a fourth goal. But the players are now having a bit of a chat with the managers as we gear up for the second period of extra time. Will there be yet another twist to the tale of this season's FA Cup? Can Coventry pull something miraculous out of the bag and reach the FA Cup final for the first time since 1987, where they beat Tottenham Hotspur 3-2. John Sillett was the manager back then. Will this be the turn of Mark Robbins to shine as Coventry's exceptional manager? Quick drink break over. The players now make their way back onto the pitch for the start of the second period of extra time. And Coventry are going to make a substitution. Matt Gordon will be one of the players to come onto the pitch. I think he might be substituting for Ellis Sims. We don't know yet. Fabio Tavares being led away. Fabio Tavares being led away. He did suffer from that foul. Earlier on. So it appears he will not take part throughout the rest of extra time. And Matt Gordon, he's come on at a time when Coventry need him the most. And he has indeed come on in place of Tavares. The second period of extra time. Now, just mere moments away. Coventry, 15 minutes away from what could possibly be the shots of not just the tournament, but of not just this year's tournament, but the FA Cup as a whole. We're underway for the second period of extra time at Wembley. And Coventry I think made the initial effort, but the ball was caught by Onana. It's now with Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire for Manchester United. He passes quickly to Rasmus Højlund. It's Højlund now to Eriksson. Back to Amari Forson. It's Forson to Casemiro. Casemiro with the ball. Goes to Ahmad. So it's Ahmad with the ball once more. Now ends up at the feet of Andre Onana. Onana to Casemiro. Fernandez. Now back towards Casemiro. Ericsson to Maguire. And it's Maguire with the ball. He's pelting up towards the goal area. He holds on, but he collides with Victor. But the ball hits Victor Torp. It's punched away by Brad Collins. And that could well have been the fourth for Manchester United, which would have likely been spoilt, no doubt, by the injury apparent to Victor Torp. And it's a corner now to Manchester United, and that will be taken by Christian Eriksen. Eriksen runs up, kicks the ball into the 18-yard box. Kept out by Coventry for the time being. It's now with Ahmad. Ahmad passes to Eriksen, and Eriksen goes for the shot, but again deflected away by Coventry. Yes, another corner to Manchester United. What must be going through Erik ten Hag's head right now? And it will be Eriksen to take the corner once more. And in it goes into the 18-yard box. Everybody misses, and it's now with Callum O'Hare for Coventry. Tries to make a break for it. Did well to hold off Ahmad and Fernandez, but he was just caught out. And it will be a throw-in to Coventry to be taken by Jay Da Silva. So 3 minutes into the second period of extra time. It's still Coventry City 3, Manchester United 3. And in a match that includes VAR, remarkably, it hasn't been used. Well, so let's just hope it continues to stay that way. As Victor Torp passes to Ellis Sims, the ball is now with Godden momentarily, but it goes back to Onana in the Manchester United goal. Maguire passes to Rasmus Højlund. Manchester United appear to have gained a bit more in terms of speed, but Coventry aren't too far. But Coventry aren't far behind. It's now Matt Godden. Matt Godden has the ball. He's inside the goal area, but deflected away really well by Casemiro. Godden was all on his own. Had he been too far ahead, he could have been ruled offside, but he was about to time his shot, but Casemiro held firm. Corner now to Coventry City, and with almost 10 minutes to go, they could yet make history and score and cause a major shock. The ball now goes into the 18-yard box, headed by Thomas, but caught by Diogo Dalot. It's Dalot with the ball for Manchester United. It goes to Christian Eriksen. Eriksen passes up the wing to I think that was Fernandez. It's Ben Sheath. Sheath for Coventry. Passes to Sims. Sims has to pass to Godden quickly, or can he do it on his own? Tries to do a back pass, but can't do it. I think he was aiming for somebody, but the ball was, I think, caught by the wind. And a Manchester United player has gone down. I think that's the second yellow card for Coventry. We'll see who it was. In fact, it was Da Silva on Anthony. And remember, Anthony has recovered from a muscle problem, and that is not what the Brazilian needs. Ericsson to Maguire. Maguire now passing back to Ericsson. And so Ericsson passes up the wing to Diogo Dalot. And it's Dalot to Ahmad. Ahmad passing back to Dalot. It's Fernandez. Fernandez to Dalot. And Anthony takes the ball back. Anthony to Bruno Fernandes, but Fernandes fouled, and that is just outside the 18-yard box. No penalty given. As Michael Van Uyek passes to Sims. Now Callum O'Hare. O'Hare to Haji Wright. Haji Wright, this is! I thought that was going to go in. He must have thought so too. But that was so close. So excruciatingly close. That could well have been the goal. That could well have been the goal that would have won it for Coventry City. Just within inches of the right side post. That's Onana. The ball and rolls it out to Casemiro. Casemiro trying to look for someone to pass it to by the looks of it. Playing a very clever game by the looks of it. By passing to Anthony. Anthony to Maguire. Maguire passes to Onana. Onana back to Maguire. That's Harry Maguire running up the pitch. Quick pass to Rasmus Højlund. And so it's Højlund, but given away to Coventry. I actually now would not be surprised if this match went to penalties. And that is not what Coventry need. They want to win this game outright. That was Sims to Callum O'Hare. Now it's with Ericsson. Ericsson passes. Ericsson, that's a long-range cross to Anthony. And Anthony crossing up the wing to Bruno Fernandes. Or is it Casemiro? No, it is Casemiro. Now it's with Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka to Anthony. Anthony cut out by Van Uyek. And that was another attempt by Ahmad. But it just is not to be for Ahmad, and I think he might have caught Victor Torp on the back. Just how close can one get? The Coventry fans still believe that they will make the FA Cup final. They're still able to clap, dance, sing, stamp, cheer, shout as Brad Collins sends the ball out of goal, headed by, I think that was Matt Gordon. Yes, indeed it was. It's Gordon to Callum O'Hare. O'Hare crossing to Haji Wright. Right towards Ellis Sims. Ellis Sims has got to score, surely! That was so close! Just hit the bar! And it just bounces off the side netting. Coventry have the right idea, but that was just really unlucky by Sims not to score. Media, radio, jingles and gaming still believes that Coventry can do it. And we've got less than 5 minutes to go. And Paul being very upset, wishes he could still see what is going on, but I will still be his and everyone else's eyes and ears. And it's Omari Forson! Blazes over the crossbar! So close! still have a feeling that this game will go to penalties, and Russ Vernon has commented by saying, "Great commentary, Nicholas and Paul. Thanks, Russ." Even though Paul is unable to do so, but what an opportunity by Sims. So close. Emotions on both sides. Emotions on both sides are running high, and I'm getting just as excited and emotional as the rest of them. It's Bruno Fernandes to Anthony. Christian Eriksen now finds Mikel Van Uyek in sheath to Callum O'Hare. Callum O'Hare to Van Uyek. Sims almost gets it, but he's tripped up. Manchester United take the ball back. It's now with Anthony. Anthony to Eriksen, back towards Anthony. Maguire. Now Rasmus Højlund. Rasmus Højlund with the ball. I still can't decide who my player of the match should be. One of many players are in the running. But and now it's Amari Forson with the ball. Forson for Manchester United. Back with Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes to Diogo Dalot. Ahmad. Now Fernandes. Fernandes to Maguire. Almost had it in. And it's Christian Eriksen. Eriksen. But saved by Coventry. And over the crossbar it goes. No way was that going to go in. And that was again by Anthony. Paul says, let me know once you decide. I don't think there's going to be enough time for me to do that, actually. And it will be Brad Collins to kick, and it will be Brad Collins to clear the ball out of goal. That has got to be one of the most exciting and tense matches that I have ever commentated on for the TC Hub. And the ball goes out of goal from Brad Collins. It's over the line though, and it will be a Manchester United throw. We are now just 60 seconds from what could possibly be a penalty shootout, as Matt Godden tries to keep control of the ball, but gives it away to Andre Onana. He should have stuck with the ball, in my view. The ball is now given to Manchester United. Where it goes to Ben Sheath. Now it's with Eriksen. Eriksen headed by Maguire, and almost caught by Ahmad. And Russ says, Nicholas, your commentary is improving with us each and every game you do for us. But I have to say this has got to be the best one I've done. And it's Maguire but given away to Van Uyek. Van Uyek to Eriksen. Given away to Eriksen. Surely the chance. No. De Silva manages to hold on to the ball. It looks as though we are going to go to penalties. 1 extra minute has been added on. Which tide will the game turn within the time that we have left? Callum O'Hare sprinting up the field for Coventry. The ball goes to Haji Wright. It's Haji Wright for the Sky Blues, and it's in. Victor Top with the last goal. Surely after that, Coventry City will likely make their way through to the Upper Cup final to face Manchester City. I'm running out of breath. I'm running out of potential things to say. What an amazing finish by Victor Top! And for Erik ten Hag, he knows that the dream is over for Manchester City. Manchester United, I should say. And I think I think because of that, I think because of that last minute goal, and I do love last minute heroics, I'm going to give our player of the match to Victor Torp. And what an amazing finish by Coventry City. Whilst Victor Torp might be the surprise choice for me, I would have also considered the likes of Sims, Wright, and also Maguire and Fernandez. And everyone is stunned. And everyone is stunned over what's happened, and I'm sure I am, and I'm sure just as I am as well. But hold it! This could go to the AR. Is this going to go to the AR? It is. I don't believe that. Possible. Was one of the players possibly offside? The goal has been filtered. It's been disallowed. The game will go to penalties after all. And this will surely breathe new life back into Manchester United. Onana clears the ball out of goal, but is this the chance for Manchester United to salvage something from this? No! For what? For 60 seconds! I and everyone else thought that Coventry City had pulled something remarkable out of the bag to win. But this could also turn in Manchester United's favour with that corner. Christian Eriksen to take the corner. Kicks the ball into the 18-yard box. Kept out by Coventry. Callum O'Hare. And that is it. It will go to penalties. United are back on, says Media Radio Jingles and Gaming. And Russ says, never offside. What a joke the AR is. And Media Radio Jingles and Gaming says, the AR just ruins the match. I have to agree with both of them. That was in no way disallowed. No one was offside. And we shall now decide who, and we shall now see how penalties will go. Could that VAR decision have robbed Coventry of their FA Cup finals dream? I'm just surprised and lost. I am just surprised and lost for words. I'm gonna take a breath as Paul said, but we'll be back before penalties. Welcome back to the Commentary Hub's coverage of this amazing FA Cup semi-final between Coventry City and Manchester United. After 120 excruciating minutes, it comes down to this: penalties. And it will be Manchester United that will take the penalty first. And I'll try and work out who it is that will take the penalty first. We've just seen the coin toss. Had a couple of people asking, "Hi, who do you support?" Well, I'm not in a position to do so not in a position to say so right now, as I think it will be Casemiro that will take the penalty first. So Casemiro stands behind the line as Brad Collins makes his way over to the goal area. Casemiro waits patiently. Quite a lot of people being divided over who they support. One person is a Manchester United fan, the others are Coventry supporter as well. As Collins walks it back into the goal area, Casemiro stands behind the ball. This is a big test for Brad Collins, as Casemiro runs up and saves by Collins. I wasn't expecting that, but the Coventry supporters are loving it. Casemiro did everything right, but Brad Collins just outfoxed him. And so now it's Coventry's turn. And it will be Haji Wright to take the court, and it will be Haji Wright to take the kick. He has to make this one count, as if he does, then Manchester United's FA Cup final dream will be at great risk. This is the chance now for Wright to punish Manchester United for that missed goal. He runs up and kicks the ball in, and Coventry are in front. Nice work, nice finish by Haji Wright, and in it goes. So that's the first one in for Coventry. And to take the second one will be for Manchester United will be Diogo Dalot. He has to catch up, and Collins just needs to save again. Runs up and it's in. Manchester United have equalised, but for how much longer? Coventry need to get ahead again. And Eric Ten Hag and the Manchester United management standing behind on the touchline. And to take the penalty will be Victor Tor. Remember, he came so close and had that goal disallowed. Can he make up for it this time? Takes a deep breath. He runs up and in it goes. And that is it. And he has more than made up for that disallowed goal. Coventry now 2-1 in front on penalty. And he gets a well-deserved congratulations from Ben Sheath. And this time it will be Christian Eriksen that will take the penalty for Manchester United. Eriksen steps back. He faces Brad Collins. He runs up and kicks the ball in. Manchester United have scored their second penalty. But if Coventry keep on the way, they're going, it could well. If Coventry keep on the way they're going, it could well be all over for them. And so the next man to take the penalty for Coventry is Callum O'Hare. Callum O'Hare composes himself. Onana steps back inside the goal area. Steps back inside his goal. O'Hare runs up and saved by Onana. That is the first blank for Coventry, and that has brought Manchester United right back into it. This just goes to show that this game has been so unpredictable. You just could not write a book about it. And this time it's Bruno Fernandes to step up and take the penalty kick for Manchester United. Can he capitalise on their form? He can! And he takes the advantage. Coventry need to score. Coventry need to score this next one. Coventry need to score the next one in order to keep them. Coventry need to score the next goal in order to keep themselves in contention. And this time I think it's Gordon that will take the. And this time I think it's Gordon that will take the. That will take the penalty kick. Rob Jones blows the whistle. It's ready. Runs up. And it blazes over! That was Ben Sheath, actually! Has he blown Coventry's chances? He may well have done. His shot was too powerful. He should have aimed a bit lower. But that has given Manchester United a golden opportunity to end it right there and then. And moving up to take what could possibly be the final shot of the game is Rasmus Højlund. The Coventry fans can't bear to watch. Rasmus Højlund gets ready to take the penalty kick. Sorry if I said anything bad. For Brad Collins, this is a real test. Højlund runs up, kicks the ball in. Manchester United have made the FA Cup final. They join Manchester City in the FA Cup final. Erik ten Hag shakes the hands of everyone. For Mark Robinson, Coventry, they can't repeat history. It's all over for them. What heartbreak it is. And I have to feel for all the Coventry City fans. They believed, they pushed the team hard. But Manchester United just kept digging in, and they finally got the result that they want. They got the result that they wanted. They will face Manchester City in the final take nothing away from Coventry City, though. They have worked so hard to get to this stage. I guess now that their priorities will be to at least find a remote chance of making the championship playoffs, and it hurts the fans, old and young. But the man who I'm sure the man who will feel the most terrible is Ben Shee. He had a golden opportunity to give Coventry to maintain Coventry's chances. He couldn't do it, and Rasmus Højlund has surely got to be the hero of Manchester United about now. That brings our coverage to the end, folks. Thank you for staying with me all this time. What an amazing match it's been, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's the best one I've ever done on the Commentary Hub. And Paul has said, brilliant, my friend, brilliant, and great job. Thanks, Paul. Even though you couldn't do the remainder of the commentary for me, you were superb as a producer. Final score after extra time was Coventry City 3, Manchester United 3, but the Red Devils won 4-2 on penalties. I've been Nicholas Jones. Have a great rest of your weekend and a new week. We'll hope to see you again soon. From all of us at the Commentary Hub, good night.